It's interesting, those that are already shouting and getting far too excited on social media about this upcoming Tucker Carlson interview with Vladimir Putin, well, I doubt they'll be listening to what John Kirby has had to say about it, but I'll play you the White House official reaction this Thursday. For me, the most significant takeaway, and it is a good point he makes, one interview is not going to change the mind of the world. It may reinforce those who've already got a particular opinion about what's going on in Ukraine. I suspect they had that opinion regardless of whether Tucker Carlson interviewed Vladimir Putin or not.
Do you have any concern that Tucker Carlson's interview with Vladimir Putin could further erode support for Ukraine aid in the United States?
We're convinced that there is strong bipartisan support on Capitol Hill for supporting Ukraine. And we know there's efforts now to bring something up onto the Senate floor for a vote that would have Ukraine, Israel, Indo-Pacific, and humanitarian assistance, so supplemental funding in it, and without the border. We'll let senators work that out. The president believes that support for Ukraine is critical, particularly right now, as Russia continues to try to hit their defense industrial base, continue to hit their units on that battlefront from east to south. It's vital, and he's confident that, and based on the meetings he's had with leaders on Capitol Hill and the discussions he's had, certainly over recent weeks, that again the leadership, even on the House side, the leadership is solidly in support of supporting Ukraine. Now, how they're going to be affected or impacted by a television interview, I couldn't begin to guess.
I guess I'm asking beyond just Congress, among the American people, many of whom, watch Tucker Carlson's show and are inclined already to be skeptical of American support for Ukraine. Would hearing directly from Putin potentially erode that further, not just in the halls of Congress, but among the people?
I think the American people know well who's at fault here, and I think they know that there was no grounds whatsoever for the invasion on February 22nd, 2 years ago. He invaded a neighboring country without provocation. Ukraine wasn't a threat to anybody, and the American people understand that. And the American people understand what Ukraine's fighting for. And all they're asking for is our help. They're not asking for American boots on the ground. Again, I don't think the American people are going to be swayed by one single interview. And I think anybody that watches that interview, again, I haven't seen it, whatever's said, need to make sure remember, you're listening to Vladimir Putin. And you shouldn't take at face value anything he has to say.
He talking to? Is he defected? Is Tucker Carlson going to defect? Oh, Buckley, that phone call.
Hey Dad, it's Buckley here, prodigal son. I'm putting on a bit of an accent so that I can't be traced. Hey Dad, how's the Kremlin treating you? I hope you're enjoying your time gallivanting around the oligarchs and bear wrestling enthusiasts, getting some topless chest. Dad, I hear the bush is to die for. Dad, you learning any new bareback horsey dance moves from Putin himself? Or maybe picking up some tips on how to spin your ears to make it sound more favorable? I said, Dad, that's a joke, Dad. Dad, I can just picture you strung through Red Square with a fur hat, stained chinos, and listening to Kid Rock loud. Dad, don't forget to bring me back a souvenir, preferably a KGB surveillance bug. And don't forget the signed portrait of Putin for the living room. Also, Mum said don't forget to WhatsApp her later on, so we can start the new election interference scheme. The one he said we're going to set up. That's if you're not defected, are you, Dad? You're all coming back. Anyway, hope you brushed up on your Russia. Don't forget, Dad, we've got to keep our overlords happy. It's hilarious how Fox News would report your trip. Tucker Carlson, fearless journalist, braves the icy tundras of Russia to uncover the truth about Putin's secret plan to steal the election. Wait, Dad. It's just you enjoying caviar and cozying up to authoritarian regimes again. But hey, who needs facts when your conspiracy to sow dead? Murdoch does it so well. What questions you could ask Putin? How about some hard-hitting questions like, how'd you keep your hair so perfectly coiffed while watching Trump annex Melania from Mar-a-Lago? By the way, Dad, does he think Alina Yabba-Dabba-Doo is a crap lawyer too? You should ask him if he's willing to trade Alaska for a case of vodka and a signed copy of The Art of the Deal. Dad, I mean, come on. Dad, speaking of Trump, I heard some wild gossip from the MAGA grapevine. Apparently he's planning to build a golden statue of himself on the border and charge tourists for selfies. Can you imagine the Instagram captions? Just me and the big man, mackering it up at the border wall. Sweet. Lol. Dad, are you bonding well in Russia? Do they have a fondness too for ignoring pesky little things like human rights? Dad, maybe you can ask Putin if he wants Trump to show him how to, maintain his iron grip on the Republican Party while still finding time for shirtless golf. Oh, Marjorie Taylor messaged me to ask you if you find out if anyone's got any pointers on how to rig an election without getting caught. She's asking for a friend, of course. Anyway, Dad, speak soon. Take care. Oh.
Russia, 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 Russia. Russia, 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 24.
Ну а сейчас печальная новость из страны, которая, если цитировать Лаврова, называет себя самой свободной, самой справедливой в мире, то есть из США. Телеканал Fox News разорвал контракт с одним из самых известных ведущих каналов в истории нашего с вами любимчика, Такера Карлсона. Выгнали Такера не за его непрофессионализм, и уж тем более не из-за провальных рейтингов шоу. Такера пользовалась огромной популярностью у простых американцев. Уволили его за то, что Такер, пожалуй, единственный американский журналист, который говорил, чего уж там правду, а еще чаще критиковал Байдена и всю его ЛГБТ-администрацию. Ну то есть, честно, боролся против ЛГБТ, плюс, минус, чумы и прочих медиа-извращенцев. Ну и, конечно же, ругал Украину. Ее Такер называл исключительно коррумпированной черной дырой для американских налогоплательщиков и Зеленского алвором. И это в лучшем случае. Ну и по абсолютно случайному совпадению во всех так называемых мейнстрим-медиа Америки последние месяцы Такера обвиняли в дезинформации.